Greetings, Cyberdogs and citizens of the interwebs. This is ReNDoG coming at you from the storage hole in this Let's Play Minecraft Survival series. Hi, tree got in the way of the intro. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Minecraft Survival. Oh my goodness. Listen, I want to kick things off today, guys, with a little bit of an apology. I know it's been a bit of a slow week on the ReNDoG channel this week. Not as many episodes as I would have liked, but as you might be able to hear in my voice right now, I'm currently working through a little bit of the man flu, which has kicked in earlier this week. It's been a pretty warm week in England, but the nights have been pretty chilly, unfortunately. But I've left all the windows open in my room, and one of the nights this week were particularly chilly, and I woke up in the morning with the cough and some sniffles. So I've been trying to get through that this week. It's been tricky to record. I've been coughing my freaking lungs out, but I'm feeling much better today, guys. Ready to play some freaking Minecraft with you guys. Oh, baby, and I'm excited. We got lots and lots of things to do today. I hope you got a crunchy beverage, some tasty freaking snackage to get in your face. I've got myself a bit of rooibos tea with some lemon and some honey in it. That usually helps with the man flu. And yes, I've got man flu, guys, okay? Every man suffers from man flu sometimes. You gotta shower us with love and affection. That's the only cure for man flu. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Give me 1 second. There we go. Anyway, we got lots of stuff to do today, my friends. Last episode, we were working on the lobby of the Molehole, coming together really nice. I have got an amazing plan for that Molehole, guys. Oh, baby. We are going to be blowing our minds today, man. I've been reading the comments of the last episode while I've been lying in bed and watching Netflix, trying to recover from my man flu. And I've got so much inspiration for that Molehole, guys. We're going to do something absolutely amazing with it today. I'd also like to work a little bit on the chicken farmer's house. Maybe even go and get the chicken farmer from the desert village, get him into his new abode. That could work out quite nicely. So I'm probably not going to do too much talking today because my throat is a little bit sore right now. I'm literally on the brink of coughage. I'm holding it back. I can feel that cough coming up on me. It's coming up quick, fast, and in a hurry. But what we're going to need today, guys, to kick things off, is we're going to need a bunch of wood. So I'm going to cut down a couple of spruce trees. This is how I like to get a bunch of spruce really quickly, right? You plant 4x4 spruces next to each other, bone meal the jazz out of them, and then you can literally ladder mine yourself up or stair mine yourself up all the way to the top of the column of spruce. So yeah, tell you what, Cyberdogs, let's kick off today's episode with a little bit of resource gathering, and then we'll be able to get stuck into some pretty serious crafting. Well, I think that's going to be enough spruce wood logs for what I'd like to do today, although we are going to need a ton of these resources for what I've got planned, but that's good enough for now. Next up on the resource gathering agenda, my friends, is good old-fashioned clay, and I've spent a little bit of time off camera collecting some of these clay blocks because Paw has Silk Touch on it, our beautiful enchanted shovel. We collect clay as solid blocks, right? And of course, if you guys don't know, you find clay underwater, most easily found in swamps and on coastlines, and you just have to look under the water and you can see the clay there. And usually when you break clay with a normal shovel, you get the little clay balls like this, but yeah, if you've got Silk Touch, you collect the solid block. So unfortunately, we've got to do a little bit of clay converting over here because Paul has done a great job collecting the blocks, but we actually want the balls of clay because we want to smelt them down into bricks, and we want to use the bricks of clay for something over here at the chicken farmhouse. I've got a plan to make this house look really, really awesome. A couple of you guys have been suggesting using clay bricks for chimneys, and I want to try it out. I'm not a really big fan of the brick block in Minecraft. I think it's kind of ugly, but I know that in the new upcoming aquatic update, the texture has been changed and it does look a lot better. So in preparation for that, maybe what we can do is get a nice sort of traditional looking chimney up on top of the chicken farmer's house. And I think chimneys are really important here in the Moleshire, right? I mean, there's not much else we could add onto the roofs of the gobbet mounds, right? Other than a chimney and a couple of windows here and there. So if we can come up with a really cool chimney design, I think that's going to help a lot. So let's get our butts into the blacksmith hole over here. What's happening over there, Grodo? I mean, frickin' Griswold, what's going on? Oh, geez, this man flu, guys. My brain is not firing on all cylinders today. Anyway, let's get all of this delicious clay smelted off. I don't think I've actually... Do we have full fuel at the moment? Yeah, we still look like we're good on fuel. I don't think I've actually smelted any clay in here as of yet. But no, we're going to be doing 16 clay a go in our auto smelting facility. So that's awesome. We should be seeing some clay getting here pretty quickly. And I want to take a quick look at the clay block itself, or the clay brick block anyway. And yeah, there it comes, right? Wow, that's actually pretty good. And this is a good way to tell if all of our furnaces are firing. Yeah, 15 is fine because one of the items gets stuck in the hopper, so that's fine. But check it out, this is how we make bricks, right? And yeah, as you can see, they are kind of weird looking to me. I don't know, they're almost a little bit too modern for the Mole Shire. But let's make a few of these bad boys and see what it might look like here in Mole Town. I think it's going to work if we can do some good terraforming around it. And what we could do is stick the chimney somewhere around here. I don't know, maybe it goes like over here, for example. I don't know, I'll experiment a little bit with this. But yeah, as you can see, let's have a look at what that texture looks like from a distance. I think it's going to work out pretty good, actually. Let's have a look. Yeah, that works pretty good, doesn't it? You can definitely feel that there is a gobbet hole over there, so that's good. Cyberdiggity dogs, are you picking up what I'm putting down out here? Oh, baby, this is actually looking pretty decent, right? And Chicken agrees. Not sure how he got there. What's happening there, my little brother? He's actually frozen solid right now. He thinks I don't see him, right? He knows he's not supposed to be outside. He knows that he'll probably die. And he's literally frozen solid right now. I see you, my dude. I see you. I'll let you live, though. Don't worry, man. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Anyway, been working a little bit on the roof of the chicken farm over here, guys. Looking pretty good. I do like the chimney. I think it works out really nicely, especially now that we've done some of the Mole Shire terraforming to it. I think that looks great. I want to get a little bit of smoke coming out of this chimney, though, and we're going to try something here. We're going to try to do the same thing that we did with that chimney, but maybe not have fire coming out the top of it, because that's a little bit extreme. Chickens aren't getting roasted in this house. This is just a gobbet house, right? So let's put the flames down there, and I made some stairs out of bricks. You can also make slabs and stairs out of bricks, which is pretty useful. And what we should see there is just the smoke coming out of the top of the chimney. Let's have a look. Can we see some smoke coming out of the top? Not really. There we go. There we go. Very nice. Every now and then we'll see a little plume of smoke coming out there. I think that looks really sweet. And yeah, the chicken's off. He knows what's coming, man. But yeah, that looks pretty good, man. I like how this has turned out. Looking pretty sweet. I think I probably want to do a little bit more terraforming on top of the chicken farmer's house. But I just wanted to get a general idea of what it might look like up here, and probably want to get a few more blocks down, maybe get a bit of grass in here too, right? Trying to make the mound look a little bit rounded, right, so that it looks like the roof of this house. And yeah, maybe adding a bunch of grass like that kind of helps. That's probably way too much grass actually in the build, so probably want to get rid of some of these disgusting dandelions and poppies and stuff too. Way too many flowers going on over there. But anyway, that stuff I will do off camera. I think that's looking really, really decent, guys. Very nice. Oh, I've also planted a tree over here in case you didn't notice. But yeah, looking great, man. Looking great. I guess like one of the things we do need to think about, though, is what's going to be happening inside of the house, right? We set this up last time, and at the moment it is super janky. What I'm thinking that we're going to do with the interior of this particular gobbet hole is we're going to turn it into storage for all of the chicken bits coming out of the RFC, right? the Ren Fried Chicken production facility. We're getting a ridiculous amount of eggs, a ridiculous amount of feathers, of course, when we kill all the chickens. And I don't want to send all of those materials into the storage hole. We just don't have enough space down there to save everything. So maybe what we can do is turn this house into a bit of a storage facility for all of the chicken bits, right? And we can get ourselves a new gobbet to come and live in this house. And that gobbet, of course, is going to be that butcher that trades raw chicken for emeralds. So yeah, looking really good. Tell you what, guys, I reckon it's about time we get that butcher over here, right? The sooner we can start getting emeralds in our belly, the better. So I'm going to do that off camera because my voice is feeling a little bit weak today. But yeah, let's go get ourselves a brand new gobbet for the Mole Shire. Get her into the gobbet hole. What does it look like over here from this side? Yeah, that looks pretty sweet from here, right? And yeah, I've heard some of you guys out there saying, man, we need some female gobbets up in this place, right? right? We just got boys right now. We need some girl gobbets. I've got a great idea for a girl gobbet, man. Let me get myself over to that desert village, get myself that gobbet, that butcher gobbet into a boat, and get her all the way over here. And yeah, I'll see you guys in about an hour or so, and we'll have a brand new gobbet in the Moleshire. Cyberdog dogs, please be introduced to the latest gobbet citizen of Moletown, Gobelia the Gobbet. And it looks like she's very happy to be here, man. She knows that she wants to do some chicken farming. She was eyeballing that chicken like nobody's business. Listen, my dude, you've had enough time to get back into your enclosure. You failed to do so, so I'm sorry, man. You gotta go. Anyway, I've spent the last half an hour or so, guys, getting this villager from the desert village all the way back to Moletown. And this is a butcher villager which trades 14 raw chicken for an emerald. This is the cheapest raw chicken trade that you can get in Minecraft, so she is a fantastic little addition to our town over here, and we need to get her inside her new home, don't we? So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to sort of wire some more railway lines there, but that's really good, man. We're gonna be able to get a bunch of emeralds out of her for all of the raw chicken that we're gonna get from Ren Fried Chicken, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, I don't have a name tag for her, so I've just been down to the Spider-Matic to make for myself a brand new fishing rod. I don't actually know where that other fishing rod is. I've lost it somewhere here in the Moleshire, but we got a brand new lake to fish over here, don't we? And we know that there's a bunch of nice things down here, so maybe this will be a really lucky lake for me. Maybe we'll be able to rip out another mending book from this particular lake. But yeah, let's do some actual fishing out here, see if we can get myself a name tag for Gobelia. Well, this might be known as the Lucky Lake of Moletown, but so far I haven't really been able to rip out anything too interesting other than some fish and a bit of rotten flesh. But I'm going to keep on trying my luck over here. Wanted to quickly tell you guys a little bit more about the lore of our brand new gobbet. We're going to be naming her Gobelia, and Gobelia is the mother of Gotho, the nitwit, who is chilling there in the lake, stealing the lucky charms that people are throwing off the lucky bridge. And it's actually quite similar, or at least following the lore of Lord of the Rings. Lobelia is the mother of Lotho in Lord of the Rings. So now we have Gobelia and her son Gotho, and they're kind of greedy gobbets, aren't they? I mean, Gobelia is expecting 14 chickens for 1 emerald. I mean, that is some stingy trading, if you ask me. 14 chickens for a single emerald? I mean, what would you expect from that family, though, am I right? Especially considering her son is chilling over here stealing diamonds and gold that wizards are chucking off the edge of the bridge over here. I mean, what kind of a family are they, honestly? You know what I'm looking forward to, guys? Having a proper emerald economy going in Moletown with a bunch of gobbets that can trade emeralds for cheap stuff, because, man, fishing for name tags is a bit of a pain in the butt. I managed to get another fishing rod with lure 3 on it, though, so I popped that onto this fishing rod, and then I managed to get a name tag quite quickly. So at least we have a name tag to name our brand new gobbet Lobelia. Lobelia? I mean Gobelia, right? There we go. Gobelia the Gobbet, mother of Gotho, chicken farmer extraordinaire, and I'd like to say rip-off artist, because 14 chickens for an emerald is absolutely ridiculous, but that's the price that she set. And welcome to Moletown, Gobelia. You're gorgeous looking gobbet, you. And let's see if we can actually get you into your house right now. I know there's a sheep in here just chilling, but yeah, let's get you nice and snug into your new home, and you can start farming some chickens over here. I think what I'd like to do, actually, guys, is finish off this particular part of the chicken farm project by making myself a decent sword to collect all of the chickens over here, right? At the moment, we're using the jank blade, which turns the chickens into cooked chicken, and that's not good, right? There we go. Well, it's good for us, but it's bad for Gobelia. So maybe what I'm going to do now is head down into the Spider-Matic and make for ourselves a decent chicken-killing sword that isn't going to cook the chickens when we slay them, and then we can start trading with Gobelia, get the chicken economy going like nobody's business out here, and start getting ourselves some ender pearls in the belly. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. The Spider-Matic is helping me get over my man flu like nobody's business, guys. Take a look at this, man. Just level 30 enchanted, an iron sword with sharpness 4, unbreaking 3, looting 3, and sweeping edge 3. That's basically exactly what we need to kill a bunch of chickens and get a bunch of raw chicken out of them, right? I've been trying to make another one over here with Unbreaking 3 and Sharpness 3, but yeah, got the iron sword. Unfortunately, I enchanted a half-broken iron sword, which is a little bit of a problem, and I guess I'm going to have to try and repair it. There we go. That's all right. We can do that, right? Sharpness 4, Unbreaking 3, Looting 3, Sweeping Edge 3. That's going to be our chicken slayer. Ouch, just bit in the butt by a spider. But you know what, guys? That is not going to lessen my joy, man. Let's see how many raw chickens we can get from Ren Fried Chicken using this brand new Chicken Slayer sword. Chicken lovers, look away. It's about to get a little bit messy out here at Ren Fried Chicken, guys. I want to see how many bits of raw chicken I can get out of this farm using this brand new iron sword. It's got Looting 3 on it and Sweeping Edge 3. Sweeping Edge allows you to hit more than one target, so it sort of attacks in a sweep, right? Which means we should be able to kill quite a lot of chickens with one sweep. And hopefully Looting 3 is going to give us a bunch of raw chicken too. So I'm very sorry, my chicken friends, but it is time for harvest. Let's see how much raw chicken we can get out of this farm, man. All of the children of cow and chicken right here, feeding our need for emeralds. And we're getting a bunch of feathers out of this too, and a bunch of eggs too. But yeah, look at that, man. Making it super easy to take these chickens out. Really great stuff. I guess to preserve the durability of this particular sword, we should only do a harvest when there's a bunch of chickens in here, right? Because we don't have another mending book to put on this particular sword. And I guess we're going to have to wait until we get another mending book. We still need to make ourselves a sword, right? We got the jank blade, but we do need to get ourselves a diamond sword at some point too. So yeah, let's have a look at that. How many? Wow, look at that. 2 and a smidge stacks of raw chicken. That was actually a really, really great harvest, wasn't it? Man, it's suddenly so quiet out here. My goodness, it has been an absolute apocalypse of the poultry right here. But let's get into the brand new Goblin Hole and do some trading with Gobelia. Let's get you off that pressure plate there. All right, baby, I got a bunch of raw chicken for you. Can I get some emeralds, please? Thank you. I don't even know how many she'll actually trade for us, but maybe we should unlock her other trades too. Quite curious to see what she's got to trade for us over here. Have you unlocked any trades here? Okay, so you'll give us an emerald for 6 cooked chicken and an emerald for some cooked pork chops. Not the greatest, I must say. Not really interested in that, but I am interested in your emeralds. So please do give me the emeralds, Gobelia. I appreciate it. We might need to do one trade with her to get the raw chicken trade back, though. So I guess we'll do any other trades that we can do for you. Some coal for emeralds. That's not bad either. So yeah, pretty good, man. 7 emeralds out of Gobelia. And I guess R.I.P. the poultry population of Moletown. After much negotiation with Gobelia, and let me tell you guys, she is really stingy. I mean, one of the stingiest traders I think I've ever met. I managed to get about 16 emeralds out of her through a combination of selling raw chicken and coal. So that's pretty awesome. I can get over to Griswold now and actually buy a few of these ender pearls here, which is excellent. I don't even know how many. Yeah, we'll be able to get 2 from Griswold, and I think we've got a couple more emeralds here in the ender chest. Yeah, so we're able to get 3 ender pearls from Griswold. An entire morning of Minecraft for 3 ender pearls. Now, that's just how it goes. Am I right, my friends? There we go. We're up to 5 ender pearls now. Very, very good. Nice. Anyway, that's about everything that I wanted to do with regards to Gobelia and chickens for today. I do want to get down into the Molehole. That was my primary goal for today's episode, and I feel like we might be running out of time already over here. Let me pick up all of this spruce wood that we managed to mine up earlier on in the episode, and let's get down into the Molehole lobby. That hurt, but it's okay. We'll heal up over here. Let's get back down here and start cranking. Now, Cyberdiggity dogs, this week I've been spending a bunch of time while I've been dealing with the man flu, trying to figure out exactly what we're going to be doing here with the lobby of the Molehole. And man, I've had so many amazing ideas from you guys in the comments. I think I have nailed a particular idea that is going to be absolutely perfect for this place, right? Last episode, we were talking about growing a tree in the very center of the Molehole, and that tree was going to grow up to the surface of Moletown. But the more that I think about that idea, the more that I dislike it. Firstly, why is a tree growing in the center of a mountain? Why is the tree starting down here, right? That doesn't really make sense to me. It wouldn't really make sense that a sapling of a tree would begin its life underground, right? A tree sort of begins its life on the surface generally, and of course what is underground of a tree is its root system, right? You guys starting to pick up what I'm putting down over here? I do apologize for all of these weird cuts in today's episode, guys. Unfortunately, the brain isn't quite firing at full blast right now. I am doing my best, though, so please do bear with me. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. So, the idea that a tree started its life inside of a cave doesn't really make sense to me, but the idea that the root system of a tree is deep within a cave makes much more sense to me, right? So, here's what I'm thinking. The life tree started its life up there in Molehole, but underneath here, we are going to create a massive root system for this massive tree. And that root system is going to become the very central part of the Molehole castle, right? What we're going to have down here is massive roots growing down through this lobby. And then what we're going to have is a whole bunch of rooms and spiral staircases going through that root system all the way up here, all the way up to the surface, right? Does that make sense? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down over here? I think if we can do something like that, that is going to look absolutely amazing. Now, before we get to any of that sweet jazz, there is something that I want to try out with you guys. We were talking about these aqueducts in the previous episode. I put up a poll asking you guys what you think about them. Some of you guys liked it, but the majority of you guys didn't like it. So I'm going to be getting rid of this glass over here. And a ton of you guys were making some really awesome suggestions. What if we replace that glass with some wooden pressure plates? No, they're not pressure plates. They're wooden trapdoors. That's what they called. Oh, the ReNDoG brain not working correctly right now, guys. But look at this. Doesn't that look amazing? I think that is absolutely perfect. We can still see the water down there. We can still see that sugarcane flowing through the aqueducts, which is the reason that I want to see through these blocks. But now that we're using these wooden trapdoors, I think that really helps to sort of make it a little bit more in line with the design of this Molehole lobby over here, right? Yeah, that definitely works. That definitely looks a lot better. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for the great ideas. A lot of you guys were suggesting we use some brown stained glass too, which is also a great idea. But you know what? I don't think glass should necessarily be a part of the block palette here in the Mole Shire. Glass is a little bit too modern, I think, for the build that we're doing out here. But yeah, these look great. I like them. I think that works really nicely. Let me know what you guys think, man. Alright, so we're making some pretty decent progress out here. I got a whole bunch of dirt in the inventory right now, guys, and that is what we're going to be cracking on next with. Let me get some space in my inventory, though, so that we can pick stuff up, drop off some of this wood. Now, the idea that I've been trying to get across here is that I want the life tree to come down into the Molehole and for the life tree's root system to be the major part of our build over here, right? So with a bunch of dirt, let's just start placing down some blocks. This dirt is going to represent the foundations, or at least the sketch, I guess, for this giant root system that I want to create down here, right? So, for example, if this was one of the roots of the life tree, it could run literally over the walkway of the Molehole lobby, and it could sort of end in the corner over here, right? And this is going to connect up with the main trunk of the life tree, which will be running up the center of the Molehole. So let's try a little something over here, right? So we have like a really big root that comes out of the corner like that. I think that could look pretty cool. I kind of want to make it feel a little bit cramped and stuff too. I think that could look really sweet. And if you think about this dirt right now as all of those logs that we collected earlier on in the episode, it might make a little bit more sense to you or to your brain anyway, because I'm currently trying to think of this as a root system, right? Like these dirt blocks. And yeah, you got to join me on that thought pattern for it to make sense to you, right? But check it out. If that is sort of the roots of the life tree becoming a part of our lobby over here, that kind of works pretty sweet, right? I think this could look really, really cool, man. Oh, man, I know this is super risky, though, because this is going to have to, like, this is going to be a really unsymmetrical build, I suppose, with all of this root action happening, and it's going to look a little bit weird, but I think if we can blend it into the lobby really well, we could blend these roots into our build really, really well, it is going to turn out absolutely amazing, guys. My goodness. Listen, I need to go and cough real quick, guys, so I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to see what I can do with this root system, and maybe we could start replacing some of this dirt with logs to have a look at what it's going to look like in the end. I'll be back in a second, guys. Well, that changes everything, doesn't it, Cyberdogs? It feels like we're in a completely different place right now. And this is definitely the right track, I think. You know, having the life tree in the center here with those fences going around it, it was really making the lobby of the Molehole feel a little bit cramped, wasn't it? It took away so much space. But now that we've opened it up a little bit, it just feels so much better in here. Absolutely love it, man. So I've laid down all of these dirt foundation blocks over here just to represent where the root system of the life tree might go. And it looks pretty sweet, man. I love the fact that it's sort of completely asymmetrical, right? And that the Molehole itself, the castle of the Molehole, would have been built around this massive root system. And we would have to avoid these roots, of course, to not damage the tree in any way. So it's kind of interesting, man. I really, really like it. So what we have to do now, of course, is start to replace all of this dirt with the logs that we chopped down at the beginning of today's episode. And we also have to make sure that we are facing these logs in the right way too, right? So for example, when they change direction over here, or when the root starts to head across the roof, we want those logs to be facing in that direction too, right? So we want to see or sort of represent that by using the logs in the correct way. And of course, what we want to do too is make sure that it looks as realistic as possible, right? That there's a whole bunch of different things coming out of the root system. Maybe we've got a couple of crags coming out of it. You know, we've got a couple of branches here and there, just to try and make it look as legitimate as possible. So as you can see, man, this is going to be a lot of sort of detail work to try and get this done. So I tell you what, guys, I'm going to do this off camera. Let me see if I can get this root system looking really, really sweet in here. And that's going to give us a great idea of whether or not this crazy idea for the Molehole is actually going to work. I really love the concept of this life tree root system being the central point of the Molehole castle, but man, is it tricky to make this look the way that I wanted to, guys. I have been at this all afternoon now, trying to get the root system to look like a root system, and as you can see, the Derpinator has been taking a little bit of a beating over here, taking down these logs over and over and over again. Oh man, I've gone through so many different variations of this build already today, guys, but it's slowly but surely coming together. Literally have to take a step back, look at what we're looking at, see if there's any spots where we could add another block or two to try and make this look more like a root system. I think one of the tricky things is making it look like these roots are going into something, right? Because at the very center, we are going to have the trunk of the life tree going all the way up to the surface, but you can't really see that trunk from inside of the Molehole castle right now, right? So I think what we're going to have to do actually is get rid of quite a few of these blocks around the root systems themselves, and that is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. I guess what we could do is probably excavate everything above the root system, right? We could literally get rid of all of these blocks and have a massive cavern up there, and that might make it a little bit easier to make this feel a little bit more curved. Maybe these roots need to go a little bit at a steeper gradient or something like that, right? Just to make them look a little bit more rooty, I suppose. But you guys get the idea of what I'm trying out here. I think this is working way better than what we were trying before, and it's kind of an interesting and unique way to do this lobby area. I love the asymmetry of it. I like how natural it is, you know, making it a really natural looking build, and you know, trying to make it look like it's not as square as the previous design, trying to get some really interesting shapes and stuff going on in here. I think it could work out really, really nicely, guys, but you know what, I'm going to need quite a lot of time off camera, I think, to try and figure this one out. But very keen to see what you guys think about this in the comment section below, so do let me know about your thoughts on the new design for the Molehole lobby. We're going to turn it into the root system of the life tree, and I think it's going to turn out really sweet if we can pull it off. But guys, I got to tell you, man, that man flu is starting to kick in. I'm not feeling too well, so I'm going to go lie down for the rest of the afternoon. Hey, listen, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, hit that like button. Let me know that you are sending some love in my direction, and hopefully that'll help me get over this stupid man flu too. Thanks for watching, guys. ReNDoG signing out from the Molehole. Hey, we'll smell you all in the next episode.